Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Real Estate Tour. And this weekend we've been putting in work. We are getting there on our basement remodeling. We're almost there. Still got a good bit to go, but we're going to talk about real estate today. Why real estate's kind of far from dead. And why I kind of think it's more alive than ever. And why I think more houses being in demand, actually, than people think. Yeah, I know finished houses will definitely always be in demand. And there's a huge difference between finished and unfinished homes. And we're going to go over today, like what their price points are, what they should sell for, what this place will probably sell for, what I've done, what I have in it, and yeah, the whole 9 yards. So why I don't think real estate will die is because people will always need a place to live. Always. And one friend had this discussion a while back that, and this is my theory. This isn't really his, but my theory is finished livable homes. You can just walk in, turn the key, all this stuff's done. It should be $200,000. I mean, especially if they're in a not ghetto area. And because there is $200,000 of work that goes into making this house as you see right here. I mean, a new home is around $400,000, and even that's getting more expensive by the day. I remember 10 years ago, I used to look into building houses for $300,000 that are now $1 million to build. So, to say the price of new homes is dying, or really what I would call livable homes is dying, is not true. Not true at all. People want a house that they can just move into. And I'll be quite real with you, most houses are not that way. I mean, when you have a turnkey livable home, it almost sells instantly. I mean, because people get so used to looking at piles of shit. Some of you guys can hear me all right, but people get used to looking at homes that are really shitty for $90,000, $100,000 that they have to literally go do mold removal to. They gotta, redo the entire basement. They gotta do, all kinds of shit. Fuck that. But, they gotta do all kinds of shit. Like, get their fucking head like that. Oh, fucking son of a bitch. Fuck. I might have just ended the whole video. Anyway. But then I want to go through this process. And quite frankly, I don't blame it. It's a lot of work. Usually I pay someone to do this shit. Because I don't know how to do it. But this one, I want to do it myself. At least do the basics myself. to kind of show my channel that, you know, if you're not lazy and you're willing to do a lot of the work, you can save a lot of money. But it's just learning how to do the work right. And I'll explain when we're doing the basement what we do. And why the basement is the most important part of your home. I mean, a lot of people take the basement for granted in real estate, and they're learning now not to. Because if you buy a house that has a bad basement, you're talking sometimes $50,000-$60,000 to fix that basement and make it right. And that's no fun. And sometimes it's still not fun. So that's why really knowing what you're looking for in houses is really important. Because I'll be real, a lot of the houses I look at are massive projects that I don't think are finishing. Some of them are like literally houses I wouldn't want to put my name on, but realtors will try to sell them to you anyway. Because the real estate world is all about making money for nothing. I mean, let's be real. It's an industry. And industries are usually never kind to the consumer, ever. And in this case, the real estate, even if the house is totally garbage and it gets torn down, they will try to sell it to you for $60,000. And in reality, the place needs to burn to the ground. And you're not going to win. And sometimes those houses, they become unsellable. And that's what people mean by the real estate market is weak. Well, it's weak for houses that you can't live in. And I'm telling you, a house that performs its actual duty that you can live in, that doesn't have mold or asbestos or anything like that, those sell like hotcakes. And even myself, when I'm looking at a home, it means the world to me to walk in and see, hey, there's a new roof. I don't got to do that. Hey, the basement's done. I mean, honestly, the only thing that held me back from this place was the basement not being done. I mean, that was it. But that's why I'm very picky about basements. Because most of them are very outdated. Especially in the 100K range. So, if you can find a house where the basement, where the floor is nice, and the foundation is nice, in that 100K spot where, hey, you gotta do some painting, you know, or you gotta do some, maybe fix some drywall or something, it's really not that bad. And I feel like for a house that someone can just move into, you know, they're gonna spend 180 grand. You know, they're gonna spend 200K. Because they're almost doing a new home for half the price it costs to fucking build. Is it perfect? No. But it's livable. And that's the key. Is as long as it's livable. And livable at the price. The convenience to be able to walk in a home and turn the key and live in it, that's the price. And, you know, if you want to cheap out and only spend $100,000, yeah, get ready to do all this shit you just see me doing. And if you don't want to do that, and you want something you can just move into, then, you know, yeah, you're going to be forking out 150 to 200,000. And that's just the reality of it. And that's why a lot of my homes sell real easy, because I'm willing to put in the extra bit of work that most homeowners aren't, and most people aren't. And people appreciate that, man. You know, like people appreciate to see a whole new floor paint. You know, people appreciate to see the basement finished and finished right. You know, because there's so much half-assedness in the real estate market. It is disgusting, and I don't think that'll ever change. That livable homes, you know, you got to go through them and figure out what's wrong with them. I mean, you can have, these houses can kill you. I mean, I've said it in my videos before. These houses can have radon poison in them. They can have mold. They can have asbestos. I mean, they can have it all. And even this house, I did a mold removal on it, and I still feel like it wasn't livable, and it was hurting to breathe in here. And I found out the old owner put cherry air fresheners in here that smelled terrible, and that was why it was unbreathable. But as a person that knows what they're doing with these houses, it leads you to wonder, like, well, what does it need? What do I need to make this a turnkey home? And that has a $50,000 value to it in itself. A turnkey livable home with the bare necessities has a $50,000 profit over a home that doesn't. And that's just kind of the name of the game. That at $50,000, yeah, it has a $50,000 premium of like if I get a house for $100,000 and it needs, let's say, the basement floor is done, the basement walls need repainted, and let's say, I'm trying to do something else wrong with it. Maybe needs, the kitchen repainted. And you do those few things, and you set that house from a house that looks like it could be a headache, because that's what this house did look like at first, was a headache. And you turn it into a house that someone wants to actually live in. That has a premium. And people pay it. And in a lot of cases, I do too, because I'd rather have a turnkey home that even if I want to rent, I can already rent it. And I'm going to do a bunch of fucking around and hope everything works. But that's why you make the money on the buy. I can't say it enough. Is you want to find, like the person I bought it from, this house was a headache to them. Like it was their brother's house. He passed away, and to her, it's a headache. It's another bill. She knew damn well she couldn't live in this house because there was something wrong with it. I mean, none of us really knew. But either way, she knew, here's this house that I don't want, because she rented a house. And she didn't want it. And she didn't want to do the work to it either. Because sometimes when you get in these houses, you fix something, and, if you don't do the paint right, moisture gets in between the paint. and then you get mold from that. So I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, the house can be a major pain in the ass. And to a lot of older people, they are. I mean, they're no longer a necessity that if you get one for nothing, like let's say a family member dies, you just want to turn it into cash, man. And in a lot of cases, this is what happens to me. Is they look at it as a burden, and I look at it as an opportunity. And but that's why this time, like the last house I bought and sold, I bought at 60. I forget, I sold it, 120, 130, something like that. But I accepted less quality. And this time when I forked out 90 for this place, I made sure the quality was there, but there was still the mystery of what's wrong with this place. And when you figure that out, like I figured it out, there was mold in the basement and nasty ass air fresheners that made the house like unbearable to stay in. I fixed both of those problems. Now it's an actual livable home. And now we're going through, we're doing the basement. We're going to do up here in the kitchen. And I'm going to pay this chick that does a lot of my cleaning for me. She's going to come in, she's going to clean, sand the walls. She'll paint the walls in the basement. And then clean the rest of the house. And, you just turned a $90,000 headache into, a $60,000 come up. I mean, I think once I do all those steps to this house, I think it would easily sell for $150,000. And like I said, we got 90 in it. So it's all about making sure your numbers make sense. And I mean, honestly, if you're willing to put in the work, you can do most of this stuff in a few weekends. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to take risks. But you don't have to take risks. I mean, you can do research, Research what the houses sold for before. Learn for what houses are selling in perfect condition compared to not perfect. And those are your real differences. I mean, the ranges can range from a $70,000 home. Like, what good's a $70,000 home if it needs to be tore down? You understand me? Like, it's not good for anybody, because then you got to spend $300,000, $400,000 to build another house. So no one wants a $70,000 home you can't live in. But a $90,000 home that you can almost live in is pretty damn good. And then if you make it so you can live in it, and that's what I mean, fixing the basement, fixing any mold problems, fixing any problem that the house would have, then you're starting to talk, 150, 160K. And people will buy it, because even at 160K, like, their mortgage is still like $900 a month, and they eventually own the home. I mean, it's still better than renting. And people will do that. Like that's even like right now. I think the mortgage on this place is like $650. And I borrowed all the money for it this time. Like I didn't spend a penny of my own money. Well, I did spend like $6,000 of my own money, but like other than that, I didn't spend a penny of my own money buying this house. Like, I'm using the bank's money and making money with it. And that's really the key. And then if I do need to sell it for money, I already know I have a nice finished home here
that I can unload onto the market, and I'm up 60K, and then move on to the next one, and yeah, I mean, it's all about deciding what level you want to be at. Do you want to be the guy that buys a home for 90 and then just cleans it up a little bit and sells it for 130 with some problems? Or do you want to be the guy that actually fixes it, makes it nice, and then ask 150, 160? I mean, in my area, that is kind of the move to make. I mean, I know other areas, the prices are a lot different. Like, real estate in my area, I feel, has been frozen in time for a while now. And I think prices will go up. So that's kind of why I'm just making this place finished and livable, because I think it will actually appreciate with time. Because, like I said, there's a lot that goes into building a basement foundation. I mean, just getting that completed is $100,000 in itself, essentially. I mean, when you think about it, to have a nice cement floor and all the block around the property, and it's all painted and it's all new, yeah, that's about 100K. Because a lot of basements are garbage. And it's about learning the houses that have a good basement to start with and a good roof, so you're getting into good bones, and then you can fix any minor shit. That's a way how to not get buried. And I mean, even if you don't have a lot of money to work with, you're gonna need some money to do this, but you can use the bank's money and get into these homes. And like I said, if I wanted to really bust my ass, I could have this home ready, looking like new, in another 2 weeks. And that's making a $60,000 profit for a month of fucking around. But it's making a house different, from when you got it, that is better, and they can see you did put in work, because I used to just buy homes and then I would just sell them instantly for more money, and everyone would be like, dude, he paid like 60, someone just bought it for 120, like, and then he did nothing, so that's why I started to actually do more 2 homes I buy, to kind of show, like, hey, I'm not just scalping this house, essentially. Like, I'm actually buying it and doing something to it, and make it so you can actually get in a turnkey livable home. Which, and the crazy thing is any home I have right now is still always way under what the market's asking. Like, I always try to give people the best deal I can. But yeah, so that's just the name of the game. I mean, do you want to spend $500,000 on a home, or do you want to spend, 150 or 130? I mean, and take a few little sacrifices. And quite frankly, I mean, like, this property, in my opinion, like, I'd rather live in this area than like California any day of the week. And Cali homes are crazy expensive. I think California real estate's dying, but I think like country properties like this one in nice towns that's on the outskirts of towns, I think those are just really hot properties. And I really don't think homes like the one I just bought will ever go for under 150, 200K finished. I mean, it's really coming down to that at this point. So that's why, even though interest rates kind of suck right now, it's not a terrible time to do something like this. But it's all about learning your area, learning what houses sell for, and learning how to do some of the work yourself. So anyway, hopefully you guys learned something in this video. But yeah, I just wanted to cover over this process, how good it's been going, and yeah, I might keep this one. Like, I haven't decided yet. It's really a tough choice. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nostalgia Bong Hits. Winners never quit. We're out.